What is the difference between African lions and Asian lions? African versus Asian lions, the same species, to wildly different stories. Hey there, fellow wildlife nerds and big cat enthusiasts. Let me ask you something. If you saw two lions walking toward you, one from Africa, one from India, would you be able to tell them apart before deciding whether to freeze, run, or climb the nearest tree? Not that I'd recommend the last one. Spoiler alert, most people can't. And that's what makes this comparison so fascinating. Yes, African and Asian lions both belong to the same species Panthera leo, but trust me, these cats have way more differences than your average set of fraternal twins. It's like one grew up on an open-air safari with a big extended family, while the other's been surviving solo in the jungle with just a couple of cousins and a whole lot of quiet. I still remember the first time I saw an Asiatic lion in India's Gir National Park. I had been used to seeing brawny African lions sprawled out like royalty across the savannah. But this guy, a little leaner, a little scruffier, and rocking a half-grown mane that made his ears pop like a couple of satellite dishes. My first thought, he looks like a rock star who just got out of a yoga retreat. And that's when I knew I had questions. How did these two lions end up so different? Why does one live in a crowd and the other in semi-solitude? Why does one look like Simba's older, jacked-up brother while the other resembles Mufasa on a minimalist diet? So today, we're diving into the lion lowdown, the who's who of the lion kingdom, from savannah swagger to jungle resilience. We'll explore their looks, lifestyles, habitats, and what human history has done to shape their survival. And trust me, you'll come away with more lion knowledge than Scar had schemes. Ready to roar into the wild world of lions? Let's go. 1. Family ties, taxonomy and origins. Alright, here's where we get a little nerdy, in the best way. Both African and Asian lions carry the same fancy scientific name, Panthera leo. Yep, same species, just different zip codes and family drama. But here's the plot twist. Asian lions are actually more closely related to the extinct Barbary lions. You know, those legendary lions that used to roam North Africa and star in Roman colosseums, than they are to their southern African cousins. Think of it like this. The Asian lion is the great-grandnephew of the gladiators, while the African lion is more like the linebacker from today's NFL. I always found that wild. You'd expect the African lions to be one big family, but nope, evolution took the long way around, and history left its paw prints all over these cats. Isn't biology the best kind of soap opera? 2. Where in the world are these lions? Let's talk real estate. African lions have snagged the prime savanna listings. They roam across vast stretches of sub-Saharan Africa, strutting through grasslands, open woodlands, and even dry scrub like they own the place. It's like the ultimate lion road trip. Zebras on the left, wildebeest on the right, and plenty of sun for that golden fur. Asian lions, though, they're a one-location-only kind of cat. You'll find them exclusively in Gir National Park in western India. That's it. One park, one patch of protected forest. Think of it like the VIP lounge of lion habitats, exclusive, historic, and very, very crowded. As someone who's walked both African savannas and the teak forests of Gir, I can tell you the vibe is totally different. African lions have room to stretch out and bellow at the horizon. Asian lions are more reserved, living in forested areas where trees crowd the view and silence often says more than a roar. Different continents, different neighborhoods, same royal bloodline. 3. Family matters, how lions roll in the wild. When it comes to social life, African lions throw the wildest family reunions in the animal kingdom. We're talking big, mixed-gender prides, moms, dads, aunties, uncles, cubs, all hanging out together like one big, furry sorority fraternity combo. Picture a bustling neighborhood barbecue where everyone knows each other's roars and no one's leaving until the buffalo's gone. Asian lions, on the other hand, are a bit more reserved. They prefer a quieter lifestyle. Females usually raise cubs in tight-knit mom squads, while the guys either fly solo or team up in small bachelor groups, what we call coalitions. Think more old school, like a 1950s sitcom where the moms run the household and the dads show up with a roar now and then. As someone who's observed both types in the wild, I've got to say, African prides feel like a rowdy Sunday tailgate, while Asian lions give off more of a calm, cabin-in-the-woods vibe. It's not better or worse, just different styles of survival shaped by landscape, prey, and thousands of years of instinct. No matter the structure, one thing's clear: lions don't just live, they live with purpose and pride. 4. Who wore it better? A look at lion style. Let's talk looks, because even in the wild, fashion matters. If lions were on the red carpet, African lions would be rocking full-length fur coats with big, bold manes that scream king of the savannah. Asian lions, by comparison, would show up in something a little more understated, classy, but low-key. Asian males are slightly smaller and sport manes that are shorter and sleeker. You can even see their ears poking out, like little fuzzy antennae. It gives them a more streamlined look that actually helps in their dense forest habitat. But don't be fooled by the size. Asian lions have their own set of unique features that set them apart. They've got a noticeable belly fold that runs down their underside, kind of like a built-in hammock. Their elbows and tails are hairier, which might not sound glamorous, but in the wild, that extra fuzz serves a purpose. And their skulls. Anatomically different, with a cool split in a bone near their snout that scientists call the bifurcated infraorbital foramen. Sounds fancy, right? It is. I've seen both types up close, and while African lions are the classic heavyweight champs of lion aesthetics, Asian lions have a distinct, rugged charm. It's like comparing a Broadway actor in full costume to a sharp-eyed indie film star. Different vibes, both unforgettable. 5. Behavior. Who hunts it better? When it comes to hunting styles, African and Asian lions are like two branches of the same family with very different weekend hobbies. African lions go after the big game. We're talking zebras, buffalo, and even giraffes if the pride is feeling ambitious. It's usually the lionesses doing the heavy lifting, running coordinated ambushes like a feline SWAT team. The males, think of them as the muscle. They'll step in when absolutely necessary, but most of the time, they're content letting the ladies handle dinner. Asian lions take a different approach. Living in the thick forests of India, they've had to adjust their menu and their moves. Instead of chasing down massive prey across open plains, they rely on stealth and patience. Their targets include deer, wild boar, and the occasional monkey, and they tend to hunt solo or in very small groups. From my own field work, I can tell you, watching an African lioness team coordinate a takedown is like witnessing an NFL play in slow motion. Meanwhile, spotting an Asian lion silently stalking through the underbrush feels more like a wildlife thriller. Same species, but very different scripts, and both are incredible to watch. 6. Conservation status. One's struggling, the other's barely hanging on. Let's talk survival, because for both African and Asian lions, life isn't exactly a royal parade right now. African lions are still hanging in there across parts of sub-Saharan Africa, but their numbers are taking a serious hit. The culprits: shrinking habitats, clashes with humans, and in some areas, poaching. Imagine trying to raise your cubs while dodging trucks, fences, and livestock farmers with rifles. Not exactly the circle of life we like to imagine. Now Asian lions are in an even tighter spot. Every wild one left on Earth lives in just one place, Gir National Park in India. That's it. No backup population, no plan B. It's like keeping all your eggs in one very flammable basket. And because the population is so small and isolated, inbreeding has become a major issue, which can lead to genetic problems that make survival even tougher. I've walked the dusty trails of Gir and seen these lions up close. They're majestic, tough, and incredibly important to biodiversity, but they need serious help. If we don't stay committed to conservation, the next generation might only know Asian lions from storybooks and museum exhibits. And honestly, I'd much rather see one alive than stuffed behind glass. So here's the wild truth. African and Asian lions may be cousins on the family tree, but years of going their separate ways have turned them into totally different characters. One roams the vast savannas in loud, rowdy prides like the king of an open-air jungle frat house. The other keeps things quieter in the shady forests of India, where life's more low-key, more exclusive, and frankly, a little more mysterious. It's like comparing a rock star on a world tour to a reclusive poet living in a cabin. Both powerful, both iconic, but shaped by the world around them in very different ways. As someone who's spent years tracking paw prints and camera-trapping whiskered faces, I'll tell you this: we're lucky to still have both. But luck won't keep them around forever. The Asian lion, in particular, is living life on the edge. It needs more than admiration, it needs action. Conservation isn't just about saving animals. It's about keeping the wild parts of our world alive. And trust me, a world with lions still roaring in it, that's a world worth fighting for. Heads up, lions aren't just pretty faces. Now, don't get me wrong, lions are majestic and fascinating, but they're also wild animals with some serious muscle and attitude. Both African and Asian lions can be dangerous to humans if you get too close or accidentally stumble into their territory. African lions, with their big prides and bold personalities, have been known to defend their turf fiercely. Asian lions, though a bit more secretive, are no less capable of putting on a show if they feel threatened. So whether you're on a safari in Africa or trekking through India's Gir forest, remember, these kings of the jungle deserve respect and plenty of space. After all, they're not just living symbols of power, they're top predators, and getting on their bad side is definitely not a great idea. Lions as pets, let's get real. Okay, here's the deal. Lions might look stunning in movies or wildlife documentaries, but keeping one as a pet, that's a hard pass for me, and pretty much every wildlife expert out there. These big cats are wild by nature, built to roam vast savannas or dense forests, hunt large prey, and live complex social lives. Trying to tame that natural instinct, it's like asking a lion to swap its throne for a living room couch, just not happening. Plus, lions need tons of space, specialized diets, and expert care that's way beyond what most people can handle. And let's not forget the safety risks. These guys are powerful predators, not oversized house cats. So if you're dreaming of a lion as a pet, my advice is simple: admire them from a distance, support conservation efforts, and let these kings rule where they belong, in the wild. Hey wild friends, if you love diving into the fierce world of lions with me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an adventure into the animal kingdom. Got a favorite wild creature you want me to unpack next? Drop your ideas in the comments below. I'm all ears and ready to bring those stories to life. Let's keep exploring the wild side together.